on, spot heads? On today's spot, we're going to be having a look at Infinite Crisis Power Girl. This comes to us from DC Direct, and I've already now done, I think I did I did 3 reviews, or 4 reviews from the Infinite Crisis line, where I did Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and OMAC. This was the only other figure I picked up from the DC Direct line, and this comes to us from Series 1. If we have a look on the, well actually package-wise, we get a nice blue starburst effect with the Infinite Crisis display stand also serving as the title header of the package. And I know you guys are already checking out her chest, but we'll get into that in a second. On the back of the packaging, the other figures in this wave are the already mentioned OMAC, which I did a review of. There's Superboy Prime, there's Alexander Luthor, and there is Mongol. I don't really think any of these figures were all that interesting, except for these 2. I did see the Mongol, and he was quite large, almost silly large. I never picked him up. The other 2 figures really I had 0 interest in, but I definitely wanted to get Power Girl. So there you go. There's packaging on Power Girl. I'll keep it nice, short, and sweet so we can get right to the figure itself. Now that we've had a look at the package, let's get this opened up and we will get a closer look at Power Girl. Don't go anywhere! Sweet Christmas turkeys. That is a gorgeous looking figure. As you can see, the coloring of the figure is really, really nice. Really nice detailing in the face. And I have to say, I really like the sculpt on the hair. I think they did a really, really good job on the hair. Oh, okay, we'll just pan that back a bit. They did a really, really nice job on the hair. I really like the face as well on her. Really, really, really nice. And there's really not, I mean, there's not a lot to the figure costume. I mean, it's just basically a white, and then you got the blue for the gloves, and then you got blue boots, and you've got the red cape there. But I think for what it is, I mean, it's a really, really nicely sculpted figure. And in the way of her articulation, she has articulation in the head, although it's really not a lot. I mean, it's a bit stubborn actually. She has articulation in the arms, a ball joint in the shoulders there. She has articulation in the elbow. Nothing in the wrist, unfortunately. And doesn't look like anything in the waist, but she has articulation in the leg and also in the knee. Now, speaking of articulation, actually more speaking of the sculpt on the figure, the way her boots are sculpted, I'll just take this off for a second. The way her boots are sculpted, I'm not going to be able to stand her on my backdrop, just because the way her feet are sculpted, and for that reason I actually had to put it on the base. But as I mentioned, the base is the header for the packaging, which I think serves nice 2 purposes there. And she only has a single peg on her foot, so you don't have to guess too much as to which foot you're going to want to peg into there. But really, really nice detailing on the figure. The one thing to mention as well is that the cape, it's not as hard of a plastic as the normal capes you get, especially with the DC Superheroes and Universe line. It's much more pliable. And there you go. And she also has a belt. And the belt, what I thought was to be sculpted separately, turns out the belt is I thought the belt was actually sculpted to her body, but it is actually a separate piece. Probably did that so you could get the articulation going in the leg, and there was going to be no restraints or no hindrances there. But definitely, really a nice figure you'd want to pick up. I don't know if you're necessarily a Power Girl fan, but I would definitely say if you had the opportunity, you definitely would want to pick up this figure. There's a lot going for it. There, I'm doing it again. There's a lot going for it. Granted, you're not going to get a lot of articulation with it just because it is a DC Direct. But for those who aren't a fan of the articulation, we are getting a Power Girl for the DC Universe line. So, you know, you can either go with a figure like this, who's sculpted really, really nice, not much in the way of articulation, or you can get the Universe line, which looks just as nice. I don't think it's as sculpted as nicely as this one, though. But there you go, guys. There is a toy spot on the very attractive, very nicely sculpted Power Girl. And with that, I'll check you guys out next time. Later!